Hi, and welcome to the Big Deal episode here on Paul Said Ask, where we have two very, very famous YouTubers with us. And we have been throwing it out there for a while to go check out these guys talk trash. Their shit's hilarious. But to introduce them independently here on our own show, we have my boy here, right? And I wrote a little intro for him. Hopefully he doesn't get offended.
I can't wait.
Yeah, can't wait, right? If you have a rock, he will study it. An ass, he will fuck it. And a flower, he'll Snapchat it. The man that's had a beard since 7th grade and radiated sex ever since, my boy, Chase Wilson.
Wow. Hello.
Yeah. That was good, right? That was good.
Yeah, that's pretty
I
good.
spent a lot of time on that.
Yeah, we took a long time. We also got my friend Nick here. He's got a PhD in social media science. He's got the world record holder for the longest dick in northern Utah. He's got your girlfriend's skinny jeans on. My boy, Nick Scarborough.
Yeah. Wow. Damn.
Nice. Yeah, you guys really got that through.
Well, we've been talking about it all week, and we figured that you guys weren't just any guest here.
Wow.
Yeah, this is a huge.
This
is a big deal.
This is a big deal.
This is a cross platform.
Yeah.
Mixing things together, right?
It's honor.
It's honor.
It's honor. It is honor.
It's honor. But
yeah, thanks for having us on. That's cool.
Yeah, I didn't know if you want to do a shout out for your little
Do you want to
video here.
We'll add that independently later.
Okay.
Oh.
We're not good enough.
Yeah, I can't
on the
do
podcast.
it here. Yeah.
It's cool.
It's fine. We understand you got YouTube stuff to do and all that good stuff. But anyway, here with you guys, I mean, we really didn't have a whole lot of topics for our shit list. Like we normally do. We figured that we kind of just vibe well, so we just wing it from there. But we could start off with drunk stories.
Yeah. We have a lot of drunk stories together.
A lot of drunk stories.
We'd combine.
It has become, for a couple of my listeners that have met these two in person, my Navy buddies, it became like before you guys came up to visit us in Washington, it was all about getting white girl wasted. That was the term, right? Everybody used. Like this weekend we're getting white girl wasted. And then as Nick threw golf balls around my apartment, it became the saying after that for the rest of the time. The 3 years I spent in Washington was, well, let's get trash god wasted. And I felt like we had to bring you on and really talk about it because it really seeing it in person is a whole nother experience. We can sit and talk about it all day, but seeing our boy Nick here blackout wasted is quite the spectacle.
Something to behold.
It's something to behold.
It's a whole new drug.
So
it's a whole new level.
If you can recall any of your favorites, any of your favorite stories, I'm sure Chase has a laundry list of them.
Well, first of all, I'll say that's kind of how the Trash God name got sealed into place, because all your Navy buddies and everyone on Xbox would call me by my Xbox name, Trash God, and then everyone after that just started calling me Trash God.
Yeah, well, I mean,
it's your title now.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying is my buddies knew you before you came up as Trash God the gamer.
Yeah.
But they didn't know you as Trash God the drinker. So it was a whole nother level, of wasted that I have never experienced with anyone but you before.
Let me just preface this. This guy can drink. He'll drink anybody under the table. And he doesn't pass out. He rarely gets sick.
It's insane, really, because the whole drunken sailor thing. It was all about who could drink the most in the Navy and shit like that. Not to give him a bad rep or whatever, but
it's all of that.
When he comes up and drinks out all my fucking Navy buddies that I've seen finish bottles by themselves. Yeah. It's pretty insane. It's a talent, really. I don't know.
I didn't even have to go to the Army to learn that.
The Sea Army.
The Sea Army.
Call us.
The Water Army, yeah. So, let's just go over around the table and let's go over some drunk stories.
Some drunk stories?
Yeah.
I just need to know first the technique. Like, where did you pick this up? Because in the Navy, we slowly drink, and you get drunk and drunk and drunk and drunk until you can keep up with everybody else, and you play drinking games, and that's how you get there. What brought you to this point that you could get?
What brought you to this level of alcoholism?
Not the alcohol. I don't think you. I don't think you're an alcoholic at all.
It's okay if you
right?
can. That's right.
No, because I've seen functioning alcoholics, and I've seen alcoholics that can't function. But I think you're drinking on the weekends. It's not affecting your life, right? But what is there a method to the madness?
I think it's about the same. Just a few parties in high school, and then just more and more.
But
I don't know, because I used to get sick when I drank, but then eventually it just went away, and now I black out. And it's like my body just kind of goes on autopilot, and my brain is off, and I can only repeat a certain amount of words or phrases. Yeah, but I'm still up and walking around.
He hits this point. He hits this point. He's drunk, whatever. He's having a good time, and then like that, he's blackout, and I know immediately he's blackout, and he latches onto a single phrase of the night that he tells everybody.
Yeah, those phrases have become like punchlines in our life.
Yes,
we talk about it all the time, and it's like the aftermath. Like right now, I feel like death. I feel awful, and you're totally fine.
Yeah, I rarely get hangovers.
I don't get it.
I don't get it because I feel terrible.
It's so upsetting.
Right.
Like you want that, right? Like I shouldn't want to be an alcoholic, but I just don't want to be hungover. I want to drink like you and not be hungover.
I guess that's kind of what made me so good at drinking is I never had hangovers. So I didn't have to worry about it. Like a lot of people, they're worried about the hangover the next day, but I don't have to worry about
your
the
rally point is easier.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy, man. What are some Who's the Bitch is one I remember very well.
Yeah, I was going to say, we could expand on the golf balls.
Yeah. We'll go on that. So we'll talk about the Who's the Bitch. The Who's the Bitch came from, we were playing beer pong, and in my apartment in Washington with a ton of fucking people. And it was like 2 or 3 in the morning, and beer pong quickly turned to fucking sting pong, and then really there was no pong involved. It was just throwing ping pong balls at each other with really no end goal. And I think Nick was kind of just standing in a random spot at the time, wasn't really even involved, but somebody had hit him with a ping pong ball, I think on accident. And then he bent over and picked up the only golf ball I don't even golf. This golf ball came because my dog brought it in out of the yard one time. I have no idea where it came from. And there was at least 35 ping pong balls on the ground, and he leaned over and picked up the only golf ball that was in the apartment.
Out of the many ping pong balls.
Yeah, right? and wound his shit back like a mentally handicapped baseball pitcher, and just screamed, "Who's the bitch?" at the top of his lungs, threatening to throw this golf ball across my apartment. Right? So "Who's the bitch" is one of them. When you gay, that's one I remember.
When you gay, and it's the hand movements. What is it?
Because we're now on video, can we specify
He gets on this. That's also how you know he's blackout. He starts holding his hands weird. Like he doesn't know what to do with it. He's like,
like a Johnny Depp thing.
That's what I told him. I was like, I call him Captain Jack Sparrow, that motherfucker.
The hands. Once the hands come out, he's blackout. He's blackout drunk.
Yeah,
that's fucking amazing. I remember, or I showed up at one of Casey's parties maybe a couple weeks ago, and I had showed up to the party clearly late because Nick was already gone. The hands were already in the air, and Nick or Casey's house has 2 entryways. It's almost like the pantry is an island in the layout of the house, so it has 2 entryways to get into the kitchen. And no matter which way I went, Nick would stop me. He'd put his hand on my chest and just stop me. Like a bodyguard that doesn't speak. And he would look in my eyes and like, okay, I guess I'll go around the other way. And he'd let me go that way, right? And then I'd go in the kitchen, I'd get a drink, and I'd come back out. And then I'd try and go back in that way, and he'd stop me again. I could only go in one way, but the one way was always random. It was whichever way he felt like at that time.
And that's the thing, he forgets how to talk. Actually have conversation.
Well, it's my brain on autopilot. Right. It can only remember something from my memory that I've been saying a lot recently, and then just
when
plays that on repeat.
I picked you up from your buddy's house when you were drunk and drove you home, and you just sat you sat in the seat and just went bruh, bruh, bruh,
Oh, yeah.
bruh, 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 the whole time, bruh, 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 and then it was playing music and like massaging the opposite shoulder of the side you were on. I'm trying to drive and you're leaning across, just massaging this arm.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
See, he loves also getting blackout because then he gets to relive the stories. Like,
Yeah.
it's new.
Yeah, I don't remember it, so a lot of times he'll just tell me all this stuff, and it gives me a good laugh the next day. So
He wakes up and goes, "So what happened last night?" Almost every week.
It is. It's really it's a talent. It's an art form. Really.
It's a skill.
I can tell you about the first time he got blackout. It was kind of scary.
Where was it? Where
it was
was
at
it
Zach Polson's house.
oh yeah, I don't know if I want to talk about that.
I mean,
Yeah, we want to talk about
I don't
that. I
have
wanna
the
hear
videos or
about it.
anything anymore. It wasn't that bad. It's just as bad as you getting blackout now.
Yeah, I guess.
What's so bad about that story?
Yeah, we gotta hear it.
Now we have
I've
to
just
hear
heard
it.
multiple things from other people, but
Well, I mean, that's how it goes. That's how.
I remember someone got it on video, and
I had it on-
hate seeing myself black out on video because you can see it in my eyes. My
Yeah.
eyes like they do something weird. That's how you know I'm blackout. But I was like because someone thought I was gonna throw up.
Oh,
so
we all thought you were gonna throw up.
I was in the front room with the just holding the garbage can. And what was I saying?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna throw up. I'm gonna throw up. Oh fuck! I'm gonna throw up. Like, and it was the first time you blacked out, so we were just like, "What the fuck is going on with this guy?"
Like he was personally offended at the fact that you were trying to look out for him.
Yes,
Yeah.
and then we were trying to put him to bed because it was concerning how fucked up he was, and we were probably like 19, so like
Yeah.
we weren't experienced
my
drinkers
God.
yet, and trying to put him to bed, we
Yeah.
were trying to like get him in bed because we're like, something is wrong. Like he's not there. He's not there. He needs to go to sleep. So we try to get him to bed, and he'd just be like, no, and like grabbing on the walls, like pictures, like shit knocking down. We have to like carry his ass upstairs, like, and we get him in the bed, and he's like, I don't need to sleep. I'm fine, and we're like, no, fucking stay in bed. And then he quiets down. We close the door, and then maybe 5 minutes later, comes downstairs like falling down, like he's so fucked up.
Oh my god.
He sat in the garbage can at one point, just right on it, just like, straight into the garbage can.
It's fucking awesome.
I did that at our old apartment
And
too.
once we moved into our apartment and you got blackout drunk, yes, you broke our garbage can twice.
It's a good chair when there's that one around.
Nope, it's not because it breaks.
It just looks like a chair, so why not use it as a chair?
Because it breaks.
That was the first time though. You had no idea. You don't remember any of it.
I just remember taking shots and then.
That's when you were
and then
drinking-
I woke up the next morning.
That's when he
and
was
told me about
drinking
it.
99 bananas
Oh,
a
that shit.
lot.
We called that blackout juice.
After
'cause-
that.
Blackout juice?
That
Yeah.
night renamed anything 99 is just blackout juice.
Yeah, and I really don't like any of the liquor that you usually drink, and you don't mix anything, which is super weird to me because it's almost like you're double fisting, but you're not, because one's just a chaser, but you'll like sip and then take a gulp of vodka and then sip.
Yeah.
And I've never
Trash God
seen
method.
anything like that before.
That's
never
people,
seen anything like that.
Whenever I go to a party, people are like, "So where's your Red Bull and vodka?" Because I'm usually just like I'm walking, I'm like carrying them around like this. Just,
Especially once you're fucked up. You just carry them like they're your babies. They're your accessories.
Oh my god, that's amazing. I don't like, and I get the whole how stories change. You've heard it so many times. For example, I got, I don't remember the occasion, but I got really drunk and wrestled with my buddy named Pablo, and then my wife had to break it up at the time because she thought that we were killing each other. And then at some point, I don't remember this, but this is what I was told. Then so this is what I was told the next day, day one of the evolution of this story.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Multi-day story.
Multi-day story. So day
a
one,
year long.
I got drunk, and then as we were passing each other in the hall, someone said that we need to kiss and make up, right? Because we were wrestling or whatever. Neither of us were mad, as I can recall, and so we kissed and made up, and that was it. It was just a little peck. That was day one, right? Day like
getting
gay real quick.
Yeah, it is.
So Pablo was in my shop at the time, so it was like this fucking running joke. of we were gay lovers, right? And then people would debate they would argue behind our backs who was the pitcher and who was the catcher, and we had no idea about any of this. Nor did either of us remember any part of this. But day 1 we kissed. Day like 5 or 6, there was some tongue. A little bit of tongue.
It's made out.
Yeah, it turned into a makeout. And then by like day 35, I just dropped to my knees and blew him in the hallway. and had no idea. So I can see why you would hate that story being told so many times, because it seems like the fish always gets bigger. And before you know it, you got railed in the ass and you don't remember a damn bit of it.
I'm lost on whether you actually blew this guy.
Most people still are. So I'm gonna make note of it right now for all of our listeners. It was just a kiss. That's it. Just a kiss.
So you actually kissed?
Yeah, we did kiss.
Oh.
They had butt sex.
When you were sober?
No, we kissed when we were drunk.
Oh, okay.
But that's as far as it went. And then everyone after that, we basically just fell in love and became gay lovers after that.
You kissed while you were wrestling?
Yeah, we were going for the pin, and it turned into a kiss, I guess.
All right.
Good.
So the story has evolved.
See, and I can't get to that point when I'm drinking. I can't get blackout. I can't get like to the point where I can't remember. I'll try to throw up, or I'll try to put myself to bed. I think the most drunk I've ever been is I tried to make it to bed and I fell asleep on the stairs walking up. Like I'm just passed out.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't.
But I can't black out because I'll remember all of it. I get too spinny and I'll just.
You get sick before you black out?
Yeah, every time.
That's usually my problem.
Yeah,
I've
gotten blackout a couple times, but I really hate it. I don't like the way I feel afterwards, and I get super motion sick and want to throw up and shit. But I like to just get a little buzzed and call it good. But
it's not so much that I just don't like not remembering what I did. I don't like having no recollection of what I did. I could have done something.
Yeah, because I could have gave Pablo a big old blowjob and had no
big blowjob.
A big old blowjob, and I have no idea. So,
would you want to remember that?
No, probably not.
Just but what if you really liked it at the time? I mean, now you'll never know.
Yeah. What I'm saying is, like, I guess like when you're coming out of surgery or something, and the drugs are wearing off, so you're remembering like little bits and pieces, and just like remembering, playing beer pong and then taking shots and then wrestling with Pablo in the kitchen, and then looking up into Pablo's eyes while his dick in my mouth. It's, you know what I mean? Like those aren't that's not a snapshot of look in his eyes that I'd want to remember. If that makes sense. Right.
Yeah, no, it's all right. We get where you're coming from.
Well, I mean, wouldn't that be one of the worst things to recall from the night before?
I mean,
that's the only thing you remember.
Exactly.
You're like, what happened last night? You're going through, and I'm fucking.
Yes! Exactly.
That's what I did.
That's what I did.
Unless you extremely enjoyed it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I
like, what if you flipped through your Rolodex of memories there? Nothing, blowjob, and then you got a boner.
I mean, cool. I don't know what to say, but yeah, cool, I guess. But that's not what.
But that's not right.
Yeah, that's not what would have happened, I'm sure. But if it did, hey, feels good, do it. Anyway, I prefer. Let's move on from that fucking story. I prefer to drink just a little bit and then watch other people make asses of themselves. And I do have another story.
Like you did last night.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I kind of made an ass of myself.
Yeah, no, I drink a little bit and watched you make an ass of yourself.
Yeah.
No, it's fine.
Yeah. So I like doing that, preferably. Yeah. I'd rather the roles be switched. But I went to a hotel party in Pensacola like 4 years ago. You might want to go upstairs for this story. And if you don't know Pensacola, Florida, it's barely Florida. And right off of the Navy base is really, really run down. It's really, really sketchy, really run down. Between the base and the mall is pretty much all you may get stabbed. So we go to this hotel party, right off the base, of course. And as I get out of the van, this dude tries to sell me spice. I'm like, nah, man, I don't fuck with spice. Blah 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 blah. He's like, oh, that's cool. And then he followed me around for the next hour and a half. Ooh. Trying to sell me spice. Yeah. Right? It's a bad place. It's sketchy. Yeah. So finally I shook this guy, and I went into these hotel parties that we do. You go into one room, and then like you check out 4 or 5 hotel rooms all next to each other. And then you just bounce from room to room to room. And
that sounds crazy.
Yeah, it gets nuts. And I was not expecting this level of crazy in room number 1, right? I the first room that I went into after I got rid of my buddy, the first room that I went into, it was crazy right off the bat. There was no warm up. There was no like if you go to like a haunted house that has like 3 different sections. Section 1 is like, oh, it's a little scary, and then by section 3 you're hoping that you die soon just to be put out of your misery. Room number 1 was insane. So I walked in and there's a dude passed out over by the mini fridge, and the mini fridge is covered in rust. So it was a really sketchy. It was a motel, really. Yeah, the hotels were gross. Yeah, and so I walk over to get a beer, and when I turn around, this angel, right, has her legs up above her head, butt naked, right, and she has a dude holding each leg, and then a beer bong in her ass, right, and she put down. I have my finger on the tab on my beer, and I haven't even opened it yet because I'm so dazed by this goddess that fell from heaven, right. Like your fucking memes and shit. They say perfect girls don't exist. This was her, right? Wasn't the best looker, but boy did she have some talent, right? And she beer bonged at least half of this Coors Light, right? Into her ass, and just gulped it in, and it's just gone. Beer's gone in her ass somewhere, never to be seen again. And it was never to be seen again, ever. The rest of the night, right? I was like, oh, that was badass. Yeah. And I'm sitting there drinking my beer. This girl gets up and she's dancing on the bed, still naked the whole night. Still naked, dancing on the bed, jumping around. Not a drop came out of her. She had it in her the whole fucking time. It was the coolest shit I've ever seen. So I'm like, this room is way too intense for me. I'm going to go, I'm going to move on to the next room. And we go room to room to room to room. And I'm like, hey, Aurega, let's go back to room number 1, dude. That's where room number 1 was popping, right? And I go back in expecting this chick to be fucking going nuts, right? And all these people are passed out around her, and she's just sitting at the table playing cards with some random dude. All casual, like nothing happened. Still naked with an ass full of beer, just sitting there playing poker. I'm like, this girl is the girl version of Nick, really. Yeah. This girl can handle all of the alcohol in her ass in one night and just sit there and casually play cards. She was perfect.
Wow, that's hilarious.
Never got her name.
Wild.
Never got her name, but she was talented. So then someone else tells a story, so I don't seem like a fucking...
No, you... I'm
just letting that sink
in. Yeah, you brought the bar so high, so early.
I'm sorry, maybe I should have...
I don't think I have anything that extreme, so I'm like... I'm flipping through the Rolodex now, trying to come up with something to compete with that, and I can't.
Okay, maybe I should have saved that one.
Yeah, that should have been final story.
Whoa, I'm like almost like nervous now. Like, yeah, I feel like tense after that.
How do you think I felt? I was standing there before a goddess and had nothing, because I can't do that.
My thing is where did it go?
Eventually, you just absorb it. Yeah, it'll fuck you up. You'll get super drunk. You'll
somebody,
die,
right? Yeah. That's what I mean. She had to let it out at some point in time. Just standing in the corner, being out her butt.
If she did, I was in that room for maybe an hour and a half, and she held it in there for at least an hour and a half. When I went to the next room, she may have gone, shot it out, came back out, or whatever. But
shot it out.
Ejected the Coors Light,
the
Coors, right? But for an hour and a half, it was just fermenting in there.
Yeah, she should have been dead. 100%.
But she wasn't.
Yeah, I know. She wasn't. Very, very impressive.
Because she fell from heaven into a hotel room just to meet
into the shittiest hotel room.
Officially meet her?
No, I was too intimidated to talk to her.
Well, yeah.
Like I'm a pretty confident dude, and I'll talk to pretty much anybody. But she's on a whole nother level. Like I can't compete with her.
Keep up.
She could outdrink me with her sphincter. Like it was insane. It was insane.
It's always gonna blow my mind because I can't comprehend that. I can't.
One of the things that I was paying a lot of attention to was nobody, luckily, used the beer bong after her. I was waiting for some drunk asshole to be like, "All right, fill me in."
You're very germaphobe. See, that wouldn't even cross my mind, but I think you don't like germs so
I'm a germ guy. I'm
like,
watching that beer bong. Yeah, I'm not putting my mouth on that.
Somebody's waving it around.
Nobody's forcing that into my mouth. That's for sure.
Yeah, no. Anyway, what else we got? You got a story, Riley? You've been to like 9 different countries. You don't have a drunk story? At least one?
I think the biggest problem is I don't remember most of the countries. Right? So like when I went to Germany, we hit 9 pubs. I drank like 30 Guinnesses in the night. I don't remember like number 6 pub after that, and I woke up the next morning and we flew to a new country. So a lot of my stories are very blackout and then nobody tells me about them because I don't know who's there.
See, that's the problem too. Of me, I don't know a lot of my drunk stories because like I don't remember them that well, and he's usually blackout, so he doesn't remember them.
Yeah, we're all drunk, so I don't remember. The biggest one I had is I think everybody's my 21st. Is we went out to a bar over the bridge, and everybody showed up, and everybody from my
Where
shop
was
was
your
there.
21st?
In
Jacksonville?
Jacksonville, yeah, in Florida. We're at this bar, and instead of people buying me the same shot every night, which I think would have been okay, right? It would have been just normal drunk. I started with like a beer and a shot of whiskey, and then everybody was showing up, and instead of just buying normal shots, they were giving me like horchata and 99 fucking bananas and shit like that. Like it was mixing every time. But it's my birthday, you gotta take it, right?
Yeah. Right.
So I'm taking all these different shots, and we picked up some of my other buddies who were already trashed. So these 2 guys are sitting in the corner, and I'm feeling fucking in my gut, right? Nothing's mixing. There's tequila, there's horchata, or rum chata, sorry. Whiskey, vodka, everything's not together. These 2 are already blackout drunk for my birthday, right? So this guy's leaning over in the corner and just throwing up in the bar, right? So it's just everywhere in the fucking bar. He's just throwing up. So it's making me nauseous, but I'm still drinking. It's my birthday. We're having a good time. And then boom, I'm out, right? I don't remember a fucking thing. I wake up in the parking lot to my wife pissing behind one of the buildings, right? Because she's trashed. And they didn't want to go to the bar and use the fucking bathroom. Other buddies had left, and they had brought back food, because that's what should help me, right? So his wife's stuffing French fries in my ear, because she can't get them in my mouth, because I'm vomiting everywhere. So everybody's doing these crazy things. My buddies, we drove my truck there because that was how we were going to get everybody there, and then somebody was coming to pick us up. My buddy's asleep in the back of the bed of the truck. Nobody can find him. I got fries in my fucking ear. My wife's pissing behind everything, and then I wake up at home again. Wow. So it's very...
Yeah, so that scene you woke up for, that was the blowjob.
Yeah, it was
you woke up with a blowjob.
Yeah, the worst part of the night. I woke up for.
It was probably just too much. You woke up and you're just like, the fuck? This is way... I'm
out. Black back out, yeah. That's fucking awesome. See, that's good. That's good.
I mean, I have multiple stories like that, but I don't remember a lot of them. Because there wasn't... Everybody else is trashed in the same point as me. We don't have like a Nick. We don't have the side drinker or anything like that. So
yeah, somebody to
babysit stories. Yeah, because we're in the Navy and it's a fucking big dick contest to see
who can drink more. Yeah.
Yeah. See, I don't have any like it's usually just small things. It's not like any like big story like yours about like a night where something crazy like that happened. It's usually just small shit that. It's kind of funny. Like when were you there when we lived at the old house and I was talking backwards?
Oh my god!
People would like.
He becomes a fucking wizard when he's drunk, man.
That was
casting spells and shit.
Yeah.
He just
but I heard about it a little bit, but I wasn't there for that.
I have no idea.
It was just a bunch of us sitting in the front room and like it was
like towards the end of the night.
I can't remember why I was doing it, but. I would say somebody's name backwards, and then everyone would just like say like shout a name out, and I would say it backwards, just like He
wasn't actually saying anything backwards, but he kept doing it. He was
if you were to record it and then play it backwards, play the backwards track backwards, would it be a coherent sentence?
Because I was drunk, probably not, but. I like to think that maybe I could do that.
You were that good. It was a superpower.
He wasn't thinking about it. That's the thing. There's no way it would have been worse.
It's a superpower that's number one useless, and you can only activate once you're certain once you're blackout drunk. What a useless
superpower in the world.
And he started talking in sentences, though, was the thing.
Oh my God.
He blacked out, and so he latched onto this backwards thing for whatever reason, and then all of his interactions, like, it was just, it's impossible to deal with
talking to anyone.
No!
You just...
It's impossible.
He's just making noises.
He becomes impossible. It was just a couple weeks ago. Him and I went out to the bar. Him and I went out to the bar together, and we ended up staying until like last call, and then we were walking home. We only live a couple blocks from the bar, and so we're walking home, and I have to have this guy's arm around me carrying him because he cannot stand. I'm fucked up as it is. I'm telling you, my mind kept me alert until we got into my apartment, and then I black out. I pass out. But we're walking his ass home. As soon as we get into the apartment building, he just falls. 3 times. He just falls.
Did you say, like, as soon as we got in the elevator and as soon as we got to our floor and the door opened, I just...
Boom! Right outside, right into the hall.
I can only imagine the security footage of that.
It's not like he, like, tripped. He didn't trip. He also didn't, like, try to catch himself. He just... straight up, no body control. Boom!
Just like a side shot of the elevator door opening and the light coming out, and then Nick just wham, falling
That's
right.
Exactly what happened.
Bust your fucking face open.
That's why I'm surprised I didn't.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I'm surprised.
I can't remember.
And then I get him into our apartment, and immediately, once we're inside the apartment, he does the same thing. We live in an apartment. People live below us, like, full body, full weight. Just
did it become your objective just to like enter every door that night? Face first.
See, I don't remember because like I didn't hurt or anything the next day, and I didn't remember it at all anyway. So
That's
like
impressive.
I wouldn't have known if he didn't tell me.
Maybe getting blackout is a superpower, and then there's just a bunch of little mini superpowers along the way, like being able to get hit by a bus and not feel it.
Didn't hurt at
wake
all.
up the next morning. What happened?
What happened?
We thought you were dead.
Yeah, he usually drinks so much that it lasts into the next day. So when we're getting up and ready for the next day, he'll wake up at 1 p.m. and just come out still drunk and be like, for breakfast. And then you get about an hour of him being still drunk, and then he inevitably takes a nap again.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I wish I was anywhere close to that level of talent.
Yeah, I can't even get there.
I mean, like Riley said, though, it must have taken training. There's no way you just were able to do it.
It clicked one time, that first time, and ever since then he's been able to do it.
What I'm proud of most is that I can boot and rally pretty good. Like if I get sick, I can just go outside, throw up, and then come back in and drink more. I'm not like,
sometimes
I'm
he'll
not,
make
I'm not
himself
like
throw up.
Yeah.
So you can fit more liquor.
Many times, because somebody will be like out throwing up, and he's like, "Oh, it's okay," and then just goes, makes himself throw up. He's like, "Look, it's fine." Honestly, seriously, vomiting.
Like that's how you comfort somebody who's throwing up.
Throws
I'll
up
just
with
throw
them.
up next to you.
Well, because at a party a while ago, somebody we went to high school with was there, and he was like feeling sick outside, and he didn't want to throw up, but he was outside sick, and I was like, just throw up, dude. I promise you will feel better after you throw up. And like he wouldn't, so I just leaned over the edge. I'm like, just look, and like I'll heave until I throw up. I'll just and I'll actually throw up. And then eventually he
That's
did.
one of those little superpowers. Mark that on the list of little superpowers. Throwing up on command.
I can do that.
Can you?
That's how I throw up every night. I go in there and you just
Every night?
like no, like
I do it every night.
Yeah, that's how I'm so.
Yeah, you get that beautiful
fucking
figure.
Fat, yeah. No, when I'm drunk, that's what I do. You heave and you flex the stomach till you throw up. I can't do that. I can't get my finger back there.
I don't because I don't want to throw up on my finger, so I don't do that.
Right to his hand, he just catches all of it.
Can't boot and rally if your hand's covered in vomit. Can't throw them hands up.
No, he is the weirdest about his hands. Like,
Yeah.
he eats things like this. He keeps all of his fingers up.
I can feel that. I hate getting my hands dirty.
This motherfucker eats pizza with gloves on.
Yeah, I put rubber gloves on at work to eat pizza because it's greasy and shit. I don't want to.
Yeah.
Not only that, but I don't know the craze about pizza, man. I'm not a huge fan. It's fucking greasy. I know it sounds douchey, man, but I don't.
Everybody likes pizza. I just don't get it.
I'm not.
I'm
saying because it's greasy. Like now that I have a mustache and shit, a really shitty mustache. But now that I have a mustache, like if I eat pizza, I smell like pizza for the rest of the day until I shower.
But it's great.
So when we have pizza at work, I smell like that for the next 6 fucking hours. I smell like pizza and I hate it.
But pizza's awesome.
I think you're being a little bit dramatic.
Yeah.
Like you're right. I mean, it could be dog shit, but
It could be. You eat dog shit?
No, I'm just saying I could smell like dog shit. I'd much rather smell like pizza, but
or dog shit.
I don't know. Maybe I do eat dog shit, but I wear gloves when I do it because I don't want to get my hands dirty.
Yeah, but not your mustache.
over there.
I was gonna bring up. Do you remember a girlfriend I had in high school, Kylie? She had a cabin, and we used to go get
Oh my God.
How old were we? We were
like 17, 18.
17, 18, 19.
Yeah.
We'd go up there and we would get so fucked up, and I think about it all the time, like, cause she had this big ass shower. It was a nice ass cabin. Like, I wish we could still go up there.
Yeah.
But they had this big ass shower, and like, the girls that go up there, they would always like take baths with each other and shit, get all drunk and take baths, and like, there was one time where we were like all three in the shower.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. All getting blowjobs or something.
Yeah. It was.
Yeah.
It was,
Yeah, no, that was the day I learned.
I really hope that wasn't my peak.
Huh?
I really hope that wasn't my peak, because that would be sad, but it was cool.
No, it was cool as fuck. It was cool as fuck. I remember all the girls being in the jetted tub.
Yeah.
Big ass jetted tub, which we also had a hot tub, so it was kind of.
We would do both.
Yeah, we did both, but that was the day that I learned about Nick. And
About the
yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, dude. Oh, you played it.
Because I remember,
I
'cause
He remembers you finding out.
Yeah, no, and I remember standing there. We had to get in naked. Obviously, that was the rule to get in the jetted tub.
Oh yeah.
And the three of us were standing there, and we're like, all right, let's do it. And you I don't know why you're so gun shy. I don't know why you're so gun shy.
He didn't know he had a big dick until we told him he had a big
I thought
dick.
it was either average or below average. I didn't know.
It is nowhere even near average.
But
brother.
I didn't know. But
Yeah.
I think we were because like we would just all like pee in the toilet at the same time. And I think that's how it happened. But I was like,
Well, it's not. But,
I had no idea.
But yeah, pissing in the same toilet. I'm not specifically looking at that. But you made it such a big deal that we're standing there and we all three pull down our shorts, and I instantly wanted to pull mine back up because yours just unrolled to the ground, and I'm like, holy shit! Now I'm the self-conscious one. Now I have to like try and like chub it up and shit. Be like, I gotta look somewhat comparable.
I feel like we have to give some context to these cabin stories, at least a little bit. We're 17, 18 years old. We would drive up to Bear Lake, get there at like noon, and fucking drink instantly, and get fucked by like 3.
Yeah.
Everybody would get sick, pass out, whatever, and we wake up,
do it again.
Do it again that night. And so we were just always fucked up there.
That shit was fun though.
And for whatever reason, we were all, I mean, not for whatever reason, we were all just like horny teenagers.
Yeah, and because we were horny teenagers, we did nothing but that.
Yeah.
Like it was at Bear
known.
Lake.
You go up there.
We could have gone. Yeah, exactly. That's all we used it for. We could have gone up there. I think we like went sledding down the street once or twice.
Yeah.
But that was it. Like people go up there to hunt, to fish,
to go to the lake,
take their
at
boat.
all.
Yeah, to go to the lake at all. We didn't even leave the goddamn building. We just walked around the building naked for fucking 6 days. We didn't even go outside. The whole appeal to having a cabin is outdoors. Yet we were inside watching Maury and fucking every night.
It was a nice fucking cabin. I didn't want to leave there.
No, it was nice. And we wake up the next day, we'd cook breakfast, we'd watch Springer, because that was the only channel we had or something.
Yeah.
And then we would just instantly start drinking and taking our clothes off.
Yep.
That's all it ever was. Every time we went up there.
That shit was fun, dude.
That was a nice fucking cabin. You know what? We should all pitch in and get a cabin.
Only if it's that nice.
Yeah. Well, of course.
Only
Only if it's that nice.
They have some nice ones up there.
They have some, really, really nice cabins. And then this time we can actually use it for things that normal people use cabins for.
I'm just gonna do the same thing.
Just get drunk and then fuck
Not
everything.
leave the cabin.
Yeah.
The only time we would leave really was to like
go to the store and
go
get chasers.
gamble.
Yeah.
Chasers and like scratch it tickets.
That's it. That's the only reason we'd get in the car.
Yep.
Yeah, that was a nice fucking cabin. God
Sounds
damn.
like a fun time. I was missing out. My high school days weren't that fun.
Yeah, well, I mean, it all comes down to the crew you hang out with.
Yep.
Well, that's the thing. Is like I think back about it, I'm like, wow, we were young and we were like having like orgies and shit.
Yeah, 17, 18-year-old orgies.
The girls would just like make out with each other, and
It was glorious.
pretty cool.
It's pretty cool.
Nick's just reminiscing now.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
Might have been your peak, bro.
That's what I'm saying. That better not be.
That's my kind of heaven, really. It's just sex. nice cabin.
My kind of heaven is just sex.
No, when I imagine heaven,
it's sex.
I imagine watching all the cool daytime TV shows that we don't get to watch, having a lot of sex and a nice cabin.
What are you talking about? First of all, cool daytime TV shows.
Yeah, like Maury. Price is Right and Maury.
Cool.
Cool.
Very cool.
Man, the Price is Right's the shit.
That's what I want to watch for the rest of my life.
When I think of heaven, I think of the Price is Right. And sex.
Except my heaven will be Bob Barker.
All of your heaven?
It's Drew Carey now.
No, it's Bob Barker to me.
Still alive.
It will always be
alive in that heaven.
It's my heaven.
His dumbass long ass microphone.
In my heaven, he's doing it live for me.
Does he still tell you to get your pants spayed and neutered at the end of every episode?
Yeah.
But it's your heaven.
Well,
that's the best part.
Yeah. And you're gonna spin the wheel, and then fuck something every time.
And you win every time.
The sex is right, bitch. That's what we're calling it. The sex is right. From then on, Bob Barker. I am.
You're the only contestant on The Price is Right for eternity.
Yeah, and I always win.
Wow, you're right. I think you're right. That does sound like heaven.
Somebody's personal hell.
It's all subjective. It's in the eyes of the beholder, all right?
Yeah, sure. Of the beholder.
What? That's what I said.
Never mind. You said eyes of the holder.
Oh, did I? I don't know, man. I'm not good with words.
Yeah, words are hard. I can't spell them. You can't say them.
Or spell them.
Oh, you're fucked.
And that's that, guys. Or spell them. You just gotta swipe that one in there.
Yep.
Anyway, what else you got on there? You got a whole goddamn novel.
Yeah.
He takes very meticulous notes.
Yeah.
We can talk about that time we got busted at a party in high school.
Yeah.
That was a good time.
There was no we. I didn't get busted.
Yeah. Lucky you.
Right? I was responsible that night and did not drink.
Okay, so it's the day of graduation. Right?
No,
wasn't it?
It was the day before. It was junior year, but it was the last day of school.
Was it junior year?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Last day of school, junior year. Chase's wife Megan has. At the time, her parents had moved or something, and they had an empty house.
Yeah, but still had that house.
It was technically still theirs.
Yeah.
And so she's like, "We're just gonna have a party there." Should have known that was a bad idea, right?
I don't know why we did.
It was just an empty house. There's nothing in there. So
the neighbors had seen them move out, obviously.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden, there's just a bunch of cars and a bunch of noise coming from.
Bunch of kids coming in and out. And
yeah. That was so long ago. I remember talking shit to the cops because me and Anthony were sober and there was nothing they could do to us. So we were kind of just running our mouth the whole time. But before they got in, I remember we all went and hid in the basement and turned all the lights off. As if it just
all of a sudden, no one's here.
Because someone said they seen the cops drive by a few times or something. So we're like, okay, let's just turn off the lights and go sit downstairs in the dark. There's so many kids just in the basement in the dark doing nothing.
Everybody's scared.
Yeah, it's scared as shit.
I was crying the whole time.
Yeah, it was. Overall, it was pretty terrifying. However, I wasn't drunk, so the whole time we're laying down there on the floor in the dark. I'm just telling you, they're gonna come in. They're gonna get in. They're not gonna give up. Like the party just poof vanished. They're like, oh, no more party. Wow,
must be nobody here.
Anybody leaving?
Yeah. It's pitch black in there. Are you sure there's a party going on in there? I don't know, Frank. I guess we better go. Pack it up. And
all they had to do was call. They called Megan's parents.
Yeah.
They're like, can we go into this house?
Yep.
There's people partying here, and they're like, "What the fuck?" Yeah, they didn't know we were having a party.
Yeah, nobody knew that. That was probably our first fuck up.
Boom, just came in. All right, guys, flashlights.
Yeah, and I remember before
the back door was unlocked, and they just walked right in.
Yeah, before they got in, we were all laying on the floor in the living room, and the downstairs room had window wells, and you could see fucking the flashlights and shit coming through the windows. So people, it was almost like an alien movie, right? We're all hiding in the basement, and these alien creatures are out there making noise with flashlights, and you're trying to hide from you don't want the light ray to hit you so they can see you type of shit.
Who the fuck? We were all just down there being quiet and shit, and somebody pissed.
He did. He did, because I'm still salty about it, because it drives me nuts when somebody pisses directly into the water. So it's dead fucking silent, and you hear You're like, what the fuck? What are you doing? Like, you hear random shuffling and shit, and you're like, and everyone's dead silent. I'm like, what are you doing? And he's like, I have to piss, man. I have to piss. So he goes in the bathroom, leaves the door open, and then he's like being quiet about the lid. Yeah, he like gently opens the lid, and tink, and like slowly unzips, and it's just right into the fucking water, as loud as he possibly could. And then flushed the toilet. And then flushed it. We're all trying to hide and be secretive, and yet the cops are standing out there like, oh, party's gone. And then it's just, it's like, oh, party's still on.
Aliens knew. The aliens' flashlights start going crazy.
Holy shit.
Yeah, they ended up getting in. They breathalyzed everybody.
Yeah. I got a ticket.
Yeah,
there was
most people got a ticket.
There was a room full of kids just smoking weed, so like the room just was like, you walk in there, it's like a brick wall of just weed, and you're like, holy shit. And someone had a backpack full of it.
Yeah.
Do you remember? Because it was some kids, wasn't it most of one kid's weed?
Yeah.
And then, and he's like, and we're all like, so because they were going to pin it on everybody basically, and we were like,
dude, it's your fucking weed.
Dude, it's yours.
We convinced him.
We go. If you just take the blame for it, we'll help you pay the fine, man. and so like it takes a while, but he finally does it. And he takes the fall for it, and I'm pretty sure nobody.
No way. I never saw him again.
Yeah,
I never saw him again after that. But me and Anthony were like, dude, just take it. We'll all pay for the ticket.
How would that have ever held together? How would that have 17-year-old kids? Hey man, get that weed ticket. Like, what do I owe you? Like,
hey, I'm just following up on our weed ticket. And wanted to know how much if I should write you a check or you have PayPal or something. Fucking moron. What an idiot. What a fucking idiot.
I'm glad he did that, man. He really took one for the team there.
It was his weed, though.
It was.
Does anyone even remember this hero's name?
It was Corbin.
Was it?
Corbin or Zach Shields?
Zach Shields, I think.
Yeah, no, Zach Shields.
I had never met the guy before that night.
He was in Mahler.
He was what?
In Mahler. It was a popular band at Bonneville.
Oh.
Like a popular...
There's a Bonneville
kid?
He was good.
Bonneville kid.
That was when I went to Bonneville.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, that was fun.
Rival schools,
That was really fun. The very first night of summer.
Yeah.
Fuck, way to get off.
Yeah.
We fucked ourselves over that summer. That sucked.
But do you remember?
And then your mom was wary of me.
Marco was snorting vodka at the party. He would get a capful. He'd go like scream.
I remember the first one we convinced him to do because he was like 3 or 4 caps in by the end of the night. He was snorting vodka left and right. But the first one we got him to do, I think we got him to start with a little bit of salt. And we're like, it's just vodka. It can't be much worse than that. Than a little bit of salt. So he fucking snorts this cap and he goes, wow. And then just starts screaming at the top of his lungs. Just starts screaming. So much pain. But he did it like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
I fucking miss Marco.
Yeah,
Marco's funny as fuck.
Funny.
Do you remember like the first Vegas trip we went on when we were 21?
Was it Woosty?
Yeah.
Or Woost?
Car thing.
Yeah.
But like we would just go down to the pool, drink, and just sit in the pool all day and just party because they had a DJ, and so there was a bunch of people and we would just get crazy down at the pool. But there was some like,
oh my god,
there was some guy. He was like some.
He was from India, I'm pretty sure. Some like rich kid. You know what I mean?
Not a kid. He was an older guy.
Right.
But
they're very popular in strip clubs.
But he was like dancing with us, and he wanted to party with us and stuff. And at one point, like he was getting like he like kept his arms around us and stuff, and we were just kind of like, kind of danced away from it.
And his wife is
fuck.
He's sitting here like trying to party with us, and I mean he's not like a handsome dude.
Yeah.
He's chubby and smelly.
He just has money.
And he's really drunk.
Yeah.
And he's like trying to party with us and hang out with us, and it's kind of weird at first, and his wife's just like, you can tell she's really drunk, but she's just hanging back on it, like on a cabana, just like kind of like fucked up, you know? And it just gets weirder and weirder, and eventually he just keeps saying, you guys want to come to my room and shower with me?
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah.
He's like trying to pick us. As his wife's like, and eventually she's passed out.
Like, passed out on one of the chairs there.
Gone. Like fuck, they eventually had to like come and carry her out.
Well,
like,
they eventually
staff.
they came and got they put her in like a wheelchair and like wheeled her out and like they had to I think they kicked him out as well because they knew he was being like creepy.
He kept trying. Want to come shower?
Yeah.
Just come shower with me. It'd be
so
fun.
weird.
If he
quick.
was rich, then maybe I would have. Like, if he's gonna fucking pay me, I probably would have done that. But
he would've
he
showered
never
with
said
it.
anything about money, so I didn't.
You didn't even
I'll
consider
go
it.
take a shower in your room, buddy. You gonna give me some money for that?
You gonna give me some money if I shower with you? I mean, what do you think the shower would entail? Would you just like have to scrub his back or something?
I'm sure he would want to wash me or something.
But that's it. He doesn't want any kind of penetration or hand job or nothing. He just wants to wash your back. or something.
Hypothetically, in a perfect world.
He just wants to scrub your hair.
But you would have went up there for that.
Like I said, if he was rich and he was gonna like pay me a shit ton of money, then probably.
What's a shit ton?
What's a shit ton? What's your number?
Well,
for a back rub, for a scrubby
No, a back
rub,
wash.
a back wash
with a loofah.
I don't know. Well, it depends on how rich he is. Like if he's gonna like throw out a number.
Oh, so if he's only like net worth of $2 million, you're like, I'll just do it for like 10%.
Well, if he's just
It's a
like,
percentage
if
thing?
he said like $10,000, I'd probably be like, okay, yeah, let's go.
I wouldn't even take
What?
that.
But then what does that have to do with how rich he is? What do you care? What
Well,
his
that's what I'm saying. Because if he's really rich, then maybe he'd offer like $50,000 or something.
Oh,
like
so
that.
you're gonna fucking barter with this guy like you're buying
Yeah,
a car.
I would. I probably would. I'd be
Like,
like,
could you do
if he-
35,000?
yeah. If he threw out like a number, I'd be like, can you? I'd go a little bit higher. And if he said, I don't know. It didn't happen.
What
So I
if
don't
you
know.
got up there and it entailed more?
And I'd charge more.
But you're already up there. He already gave you one set of cash. You scrubbed his back. Now he's got you pinned in his shower.
He's got. Wouldn't let him pin me down.
Holding you up against the wall.
He's just blocking the door
He
naked.
got you fucking pinned against the wall and he's licking your neck and you're like, can we do 50 grand? 45 at least? 45.
I'm just saying. It wouldn't be off the table. If he-
You're gonna
if he
put
was offering
yourself
money.
in a situation that you don't know
Well,
that there's more money coming.
That's what I'm saying. He wasn't very fit, so I don't think I could have like, especially if I was soaked up, I could have slipped away.
If I was all slippery, I could have just slipped right out of his
But if he's
grasp.
gotta get in the shower.
Run through the hotel naked, getting away from this guy.
How are you gonna carry all your money?
Just two fistfuls of money and his dick just flapping around.
If he was being weird like that, I'd probably just grab as much money as I could and then
Just take off naked. Could you imagine hearing pounding in the hallway and like, what's that sound? It's like, you open the door and it just like suds are flying off this guy.
dollar bills are like flying behind me, like I'm losing a few.
Like a fucking naked pale cartoon character.
That would be hilarious.
Some fat guy at the end of the hall just yelling, hey, come back here.
Go back here. I would have done it for 45.
Oh my god.
Best Vegas trip ever.
Nick just shows up in a robe with a bunch of money. You're like, what the fuck? You're like, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. Oh my god. That's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, like Chase said, too bad that didn't happen.
That's fucking incredible.
Oh man,
Yeah, I wish I'd have been there for that trip. That'd
that was a fun trip.
have been awesome. Holy shit.
I still haven't even been to Vegas since I've turned 21.
Yeah, me neither. I went a couple times with my parents when I was a kid, but I haven't been in my adult
It's a
life.
terrible place.
It's the
for sure.
happiest place on earth. I love
It's
Vegas.
It's a terrible place. It's the happiest place on
I love
earth.
Vegas.
That's your heaven, huh?
Yeah.
Fat guys in showers soaking you up. Oh, but Bob Barker, that's crossing the fucking line.
I love that town.
more than a
Anything
town.
can happen.
I like that you say it like it's a wee little town in the middle of fucking in the middle of the desert.
It's an oasis.
Yeah, but Oasis and town, like they just, I imagine something very different. You say town, I think of like a rundown, nothing but dive bars, and you're talking about like the casino capital of the country.
Just a town.
You ever been to that little town, Las Vegas?
That little town. It used to be a
Little
gold mining town, and then
Little place
it
in
was
the middle of the
abandoned.
desert.
Yeah.
They got a couple bars. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, it's a great little town. Fucking A.
I wish on our Hawaii trip, I wish there would have been some more crazy stories. Because, like, do you remember we went to that club and it was just like it was predominantly like Asian people, and they it was like loud as shit and crowded as hell, and everyone was like dressed up like in these nice ass suits, and then we come walking in with like just these button up shirts, and I felt really weird in that place, and I got lost at one point. But do you? I was asking Chase, I was like, do you think those are people that like live there and go there regularly and they know to dress up, or do you think it was just everybody just dressed up and went?
Fuck, I have no idea. That's a good question.
That's what
I have no idea.
I'm like, is it like this all the time?
Maybe it was like a wedding. They all went
Oh no, we're talking like
There was a
couple hundred people. Like lots.
It was
lots.
fucking packed.
It was a big ass club.
It was fucking packed, and I remember some 90-year-old dude just on the floor, just
Oh,
getting
fuck.
it. You remember him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, old Yeller in the corner was just bumping, grinding on everybody, man. He couldn't even stand up straight. This dude was so fucking. He was all hunched over and old, and
That's
he just
his
fucking.
heaven.
That's his heaven, man.
That's what he wanted.
Just fucking grinding some big booty hoes every night. That's all he does. He retired, moved to Hawaii, and now he just dry humps.
probably-
That was a pretty crazy night. Honestly, we did a lot.
Yeah, I mean, but then again, I don't know. I like the Hawaii trip for what it was.
Yeah.
Like calm and relaxing, and you know.
No, it wasn't bad. I'm just saying I wish there would have been some crazy
Wasn't
stories.
bad.
Some guy that wanted
Small
to
little
soak you
town
out.
of Hawaii.
Yeah. Some fat chick to fucking grab your dick while talking to one of your best friends, kind of thing. Something like that, where you could have saved me, but bailed. Did a full 360.
What are you talking about?
Nothing. It don't matter. It don't matter. It's not important. You weren't paying attention. I was getting sexually assaulted by Bertha.
Fuck.
Are you talking about something real?
Yes, it happened like
That's
2 weeks
really
ago.
nice.
Oh, okay. I thought you were just talking about Hawaii.
Last week.
Yeah, it was like it was
What
last
was I supposed to
weekend.
do? I was
Friday.
trying to get her to.
Well, I don't
go
know.
away-
She's
go
like,
away from
hey,
me.
what's your number? And you're like 3-1, and then she grabbed my dick, and you're like 5-4-3. And you just spun right out of there and went to the bar.
I was caught. I was stuck.
Oh yeah.
I was stuck. He was in between.
He was
this.
pinned between them.
I can't just leave
Yeah.
because there's an arm.
There's
there's
an arm from elbow to dick bridge that
I'm
he
just-
can't cross
watching, and she's talking to me.
while holding my shit.
Fucking the weirdest thing. That's the weirdest experience I've ever had at that bar.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
It was shocking.
I've gotten a lap dance from a stripper named Tabitha, which happens to be my stepmom's name, and that wasn't as weird as having my shit grabbed,
Being sexually
be
assaulted.
sexually assaulted and alleged. So.
You think it would be reversed, right? You think you'd want that.
You
You know what I mean?
still like
No. What I'm saying is
molesting.
people are like, yeah, that'd be badass, and then it happens, and you're like, that
Well,
was fucking terrifying.
Not to be like, I don't want to be mean, but she wasn't the best looking.
Well,
Would it have been better if she
For
was?
me,
yes.
if it happened to me,
Listen,
I
this
would-
this
I would
chick
like
had
that.
the
No,
fucking.
I saw her.
Yeah, she had the grip of a fucking silverback. Like she had my shit so tightly wrapped that if I had just moved, it would have just popped right off.
Like
Like,
a Lego piece.
oh my god. I've been arm wrestling my entire fucking life, and I've never had that kind of a grip on any part of my body. She had that shit like fully encompassed.
like a vice script.
Yeah. Oh my god, it was insane. And I told her I was gay before she grabbed my shit. She's like, "So are you gay or straight?" I was like, "Oh, I'm gay." And she's like, "Oh, bam! So you like black chicks?" I'm like, "No, that's not the Wikipedia definition of gay, but I guess we can go with that, seeing as you have my fucking testicles in this devil fucking
She
gorilla
was trying
palm."
to see if she could get you, if you were lying.
Right.
That's what it was.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was, and from there I treaded real lightly with everything she asked. She's like, "So do you think I'm fat?" I'm like, "No, I think you're great."
No.
I was like, "You have very pretty eyes," because she could just fucking ruin me. Like she could have just destroyed me in one clench.
You're really cool. You're probably sane.
You're great. Oh man, yeah. Alleged sucks, dude. I fucking hate that bar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember who I was talking about it with, but it has potential to
Right.
be a great bar. Like the
it's not always
the
bad.
layout and everything that they have is fucking awesome. But the people that go there make it a terrible place. There's
Who
a
do you
lot
want
of
to go?
fuck. There's a lot of fuck
Who do
boys.
you want to go there?
I think it's way too much fucking.
High school.
It's
It's
way
high
too
school
much.
reunion.
Yeah, it's way too much high school reunion. It's way too much fucking muscle shirt and tribal tattoos. It's way too much fucking bros and
It's what you make it though. Like if you go there and you have a good group of friends, and
See,
you just hang out at the couches, it's fucking fine.
I prefer that over like the other bars, which are like cowboy bars.
Why?
Well, because I don't like
You know, like honky
I
tonks.
don't like honky tonks more than tribal tattoo guys.
And I mean, I can respect that. The problem with that is there's not a whole lot of cowboys around here. There's a whole lot of tribal tattoos. So if you go to like the dive bars that we go to, there's like 7 people there.
Well, dive bars, but like the other like poppin' bars. I'm saying,
Like what
regular
boot scoot and boogie fucking bar are you talking about?
Brewski's is like the.
Oh, is that like a
hick
cowboy?
bar.
Yeah, that's where they're gonna choose to go. Over Alleged or anywhere else.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. I just want to hang out, drink a little bit, play some pool.
Yeah, there's no like real hangout bars in Utah. They're all like fucking bump and grind, or too many cowboys, or a bunch of fucking, like you said, a bunch of high school kids.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the shitty part. Utah blows. It's the worst place in the country, but
Worse than Pensacola?
did you not hear the story I just told?
You
Utah.
You also said a homeless man tried to sell you spice for over an hour.
Yeah, I mean,
I've
that's
never had
true.
that happen here.
That's true.
We talked about this. This is what you make of it, right?
Right. Yeah. Absolutely.
This place has got mountains. We got hunting. We got fishing. We got 4-wheeling. We got snowboarding.
We got Mormons.
I don't like any of those things you just listed.
Then fucking move.
You don't like it, then get out. You don't like brewskis, get out.
I was gonna ask you guys if you have any like funny or weird sex stories.
Oh boy,
that was your topic you're bringing.
Yeah,
that's an extreme topic.
Because I don't have too many, but I'll one that I think is kind of funny. So I had a crush on this girl from like all the way through junior high and high school.
Yeah. And
I was too shy to talk to her, so I didn't talk to her at all. But then like a few years, this had to have been like a year, like 2 years ago. We had been talking for a little bit, and she came over one night, and I can't remember if we were both drinking or if it was just me, but like we were cuddling and stuff, and then it finally like turned in, we were making out, and then
here we go, it's getting juicy. It's heating up,
and so we start fucking, and it's this girl I've had a crush on forever, and so like I wasn't drunk enough to last very long, so we're fucking, and she's like talking dirty and shit. I'm like, oh god, this is gonna go quick. And so I don't know if she knows I did or not, but I busted fairly quickly, and immediately after I pretended to be sick. I just like, cause like we're going, and I just go, I kind of slow down, and I just like and like kind of, she's like, you okay? And I'm just like, I don't feel so good. And so I'm faking like I'm sick, so I don't have to keep going.
Oh my god!
And it sucks because it's like this girl I've had a crush on forever, and then
you just fucked it up.
Yeah, I fucked just like
I feel like you made it way worse by pretending to be sick.
Well,
like you could
I didn't want to.
You could be like, damn, like that was hot. Like I busted fast.
I didn't
Sorry,
want because like I'm generally,
instead you were like, I'm sick.
Well, I'm generally better than that. I last longer than that, but
I promise I am.
But I nutted so quick, it was like embarrassing. So I didn't want. I hope she didn't know, and I don't know if she still knows to this day that is what happened. But
well, if you're listening,
I was like, I think I'm gonna throw up.
If you're listening, he wasn't really sick.
No, I wasn't.
And he could use a mulligan. He wants to try it again. He wants a do-over. That one didn't count.
I wish that's how it worked, man.
No, I mean I don't really have anything other than the occasional butt cheek cramp.
What?
You guys don't have butt cheek cramps?
I get butt cheek.
I don't.
See, thank you. Your shit cramps up,
and you gotta like straighten
your
your leg out.
Fuck. Yeah, but you can't stop. Because that's just selfish. I'm not gonna stop, rub my cheek out, and so I got this leg like up in the air as I'm trying to stretch it out. We'll keep going.
Like just butt cheek?
Yeah. Like your butt cheek.
No, I don't think I've ever had a cramp.
Your
like
glutamus maximus or whatever the fuck it's called. Never?
Sometimes it's in your foot. You ever get one in your foot?
Yeah.
I'll get my toes.
Yeah.
If that's what you mean.
It's not.
I have a really. Let's bring this up. I have a really, really hard time coming standing up.
Yeah, we talked about this.
I cannot. I don't know if I've ever told you guys that, but it is.
I'm sure
I've heard
been said.
the aftermath of
It's-
that. Where
it's
just
nearly-
hearing you fall.
It's near like when Nick fell through the elevator door. That's kind of what happens to me after I come standing up. If I can get myself off standing up, my fucking
legs.
I just turn into like Bambi, and I can't fucking at all. And it's a good 30 seconds. Like I have to just like lay down a minute and just let my legs come back to life. It's
dead.
It's fucking awful. So that'll be like my go-to. Like if I want it to last a long time, I'm gonna be standing for most of it because that's what's gonna keep me from
I just like to get a good drunk going, and then I can, like, I don't get whiskey dick where it like won't get hard or anything, but like I last a fucking. Sometimes I just won't nut at all.
That's weird to me, man.
yeah,
that's so weird to me. I couldn't fathom just like getting all worked up, doing foreplay, whatever, having sex, and then just be like, all right, well, that was fun. High five, roll over with my erection, and try and go to sleep.
Yeah.
Still hard.
Yeah, it's not that. I mean, for me, it's not that big of a deal. Like I don't really care if I go or not.
Aren't you just a fucking prince in shining armor?
I'm just saying. Like, sometimes it doesn't. I'm like, I'll try to. Like it's dope if I do.
Whatever.
It feels pretty good, okay? But if it doesn't happen, I'm not like disappointed.
I would be absolutely disappointed. I would
the
go in the
best
bathroom
part,
and finish
right?
myself if it came to that.
Like I don't want to sound like the nice guy or anything, but I like when she gets off.
I care about the other person.
I'm just saying.
Valentine's Day's coming out. I only care about her.
It sounds
Bullshit.
stupid and douchey, but it's
I mean, I can get that for sure. I would be fine with not coming if I could get someone else off.
yeah.
I don't know. I'll just jerk off later or whatever.
I'm not. My main goal is to get her off as many times before I get off. But I'm going to get off.
That's the ultimate goal. I think.
yeah.
Generally, that's how it works.
Well,
But I'm not gonna like rip someone's head off if I don't come.
No, I'm just gonna go in the bathroom and finish it myself if I have to. But I'm gonna finish. I'm not gonna like hold somebody against a shower wall and while they're all soaked up.
Lick their ears.
Pin them against the wall and be like, I'm coming. I'm gonna come.
Yeah, no, for sure. That's definitely rapey. Yeah, I can see why you wouldn't do that. I would hope you wouldn't do that.
But I mean, I'm gonna try and finish. Yeah. It's a race, right?
I just don't know that I've
we
ever been to
racing?
that point.
Yeah, I'm not racing anybody, but I'm gonna.
How's it a race?
I'm gonna get to that finish line. Is what I'm saying. I'm not just gonna, call it quits.
You don't run a marathon, get to the end, and go.
No, just kidding.
I'm not gonna cross that line.
Just
See you
kidding.
guys later.
Hope you guys had fun.
It's a lot of fun, guys. Thanks for watching.
Yeah. You kidding me? That's how I see it too. It's like, I'm gonna finish.
You went from I'd finish myself to I'm gonna rape you real quick.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I wouldn't do because he said he's not gonna tear somebody's head off if he doesn't
You just
finish.
sounded real like.
But ripping someone's head off is not slightly weird.
No, but you're just like
Kind of impossible.
You're like I'm gonna come.
like you were very
Gonna
you're like,
get it.
I'm gonna come.
I don't ever see that scenario happening that you're in.
What?
Like
not being able to come.
yeah, she's gonna come, I'm gonna come. It's both gonna happen. I'm never gonna be to that point where I'm like, I'll just.
Have you ever had that
It's
happen?
not
where-
like I said,
have you ever had that
I'm-
happen where a chick's like you didn't come and like she asked you if you finished and you're like, no, but I'm good.
Yeah, actually.
Seriously,
That's
and
happened
she
quite-
didn't
that's
like
happened
she
quite a
didn't
bit.
like try and finish it.
Well, they usually want to, but I'm
Not into that.
You're not into
because
that.
You're not into coming.
You were into it 30 seconds ago.
because for one, I'm not like I like a good hand job, a good dry hand job.
What?
But he does not like a blowjob.
I don't necessarily. I don't necessarily not like it. It's just,
right.
it's just not something. I just don't prefer.
The way you're trying to explain that, just like that was completely normal to you.
Well, I
It's
like.
hey, don't
I
get me
like a
wrong.
dry hand
I
job.
like a good dry hand job as much as the next guy. But
I don't know. I like.
I
I
fucking
like
a dry rub,
I
dude.
guess a dry rub.
nice dry rub on the meat.
But like, if she wants to finish me off, she can give me a dry. But like I don't want a blowjob. If that's what we're getting at.
I'm so blown away that's like.
Because
she's like, do you want me to finish you? And you're like, I mean, you can jerk me off dry. Like that's your go-to.
The only thing.
Only if you just like give me a dry hand job.
Well, because there's a point when you're having sex and it's like you both realize, okay, this is going on for too long. We need to not be going for this long.
Like this isn't as cool as it was 15 minutes ago.
Are you just not enjoying it? I don't understand.
Because like I've done it where like it's because like I said, it's usually when I'm drunk. But where I've done it where I'll keep going to try to come, and it's like it's no one's waiting. No one's waiting in
what
that
he's
situation.
saying is super common. It's more common with females than it is males, but saying the whole like I'm over this, like it's been going on too long, is common. Not for me. I will go as long as I possibly can.
I want sex to last till tomorrow.
Yes. Right. Yeah. So I understand it.
But there's a point where the vibe isn't all there still.
Yeah, I could definitely see that, but but
you don't need a vibe to fuck.
But
I'm just saying, like, eventually, like, the mood's gone. Like, now it's just, things are kind of drying up. You're not quite, you know.
Yeah.
I could see that.
Not drying up necessarily, but
like, it's just,
if you're drinking, that makes sense.
Like, normal sex would never
that would never happen.
But if we're both drunk and we're not coming, and you're just like, well, this isn't right again tomorrow. you gotta be that. This is right.
What are you trying about? Yeah.
You
Boy,
just,
I could go for a dry hand job. Right?
A set of superpowers that nobody else has right here.
Yeah, like
is it the big dick?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know. But I'm assuming, like, because, like, if you masturbate, you probably get some lube most of the time, right?
Yeah.
Or all the time.
See, yeah, every time, actually.
See, 90% of when I do it, it's just dry.
I like a good mix.
No,
I don't like the dry.
I don't do it dry anymore. I did maybe when I was like 12. That's how I started with dry.
I like a good amount of friction.
But then when I discovered
what's it?
All you're doing is like tugging the skin, like
Well, I don't know. I guess, but it doesn't like. I don't know. It feels pretty good.
I've gotten like a dry hand job before that wasn't me, and a lot of it included fucking just basically jerking me off on the outside of my pajama pants, and I had a rash afterwards. I have very sensitive dick skin,
in the right
so
way.
I can't
you can't especially on the way back down. You can't like be like pulling like the head and like stretching everything to its like
breaking point.
Yeah. See, but if you have a lube, you don't have to worry about any of that.
It's a skill you gotta learn.
Different.
It's so much more cleanup.
You ever put your dick in a vacuum?
No. Does that feel good? I always like the movie thing. I never got that. Like people that like want to have sex like a vacuum.
I've done it. It's awful.
Yeah,
it's absolutely awful.
I can't imagine that.
No, but that's what I'm saying. That's kind of how I see dry hand jobs. Is it just like there are better ways to do it? Like so with a vacuum hose, if you're just barely in or all the way in, it's not bad. But it's that halfway point where it just like catches the air and just and like fucking slaps the sides really hard.
I feel like you would like that.
It feels good for the first couple hits, but after that, like you pull it out and like it looks like your dick got stung by a bee because it's all flaccid and fucking swollen. It's awful. So that's what I like, And then once I tried that, then I went to I microwaved a cantaloupe once. Way better. I'll never go back to the vacuum.
He only buys cantaloupes now.
I've never fucked a cantaloupe.
That's how I see it. Is like vacuum is dry jerking, cantaloupe jerking off with lube.
I don't think I've ever fucked anything other than my hand or a sock or a woman.
A woman. You've never jerked off with anything weird? You've never slammed it in the toilet seat or something?
A pocket pussy?
No.
Oh,
I'm not spending money on that.
He jerks off dry. What's he gonna spend money on a pocket pussy for?
Okay, no, yeah.
He has a free callous dry hand right here.
The rougher the better. You don't even lotion your hands.
Yeah, I was gonna say, have you ever used? No, I mean sometimes, but not usually. Like I said, it's more cleanup.
Right, sure.
Oh my god.
I used to use a sock. We put a sock over it and
then use the sock as the pocket pussy.
Yeah.
A dry sock. That's just rug burn, man.
You can't do it.
You might as well just drag
for too long.
You might as well just drag your shit across the carpet.
Yeah, it's definitely something you can't do for too long. It's like in and out. done. You know what I mean?
What? Yeah, you have got to be one of the weirdest people I've ever met in my life.
Absolutely.
Dry hand job. It's fucking amazing. Well, that's all I got, boys.
How long have we been going here? An hour and a half?
Hour 15. That's pretty impressive for a big deal.
Well, this was the big deal episode. We had to make it
It
longer.
was, yeah.
For,
I did want to see what you guys thought was the biggest difference between podcast versus YouTube, since we are cross-platforming. More at the end of the episode, like this, when we were learning, we were talking about like this was really hard for us to talk to a mic or try to talk to each other instead of talking to the mic. Or stuff
stay
like
engaged
that.
with each other rather than because it's almost like with the podcast you get engaged in this train of thought, and it's almost like I'm not even listening to what he's saying anymore. I'm just saying the things that are in my mind. Like we're just disconnected at that point.
Yeah. It's for us, it's kind of hard when there's just two people. You might experience this, but like, because like, you're trying to bounce off of each other, and most of the time you're generally trying to be funny.
Yeah.
And it's kind of hard when there's just one person. Like right now it's easier because there's so many people that can add something, and like you can bounce off of that, and it's a lot easier. But
I mean, shit, I'd say so. We doubled the time of a normal podcast. I feel like we just barely started.
But it's also easier, I think, just because because like with our videos it's a lot of like editing and cutting and stuff to like make it as funny as possible. But with this it's like you can be funny, but you can also just bullshit and talk.
You probably edit for 4 hours at least.
Yeah, most of my videos take like 4 to 8 hours.
Yeah,
our shit's super easy.
Yeah, we cut out dry spots, but yeah, it's
Yeah,
not dry spots, empty spots.
empty.
We don't want people listening. It's like, hello.
yeah.
But
Yeah, our editing's pretty easy, but
I think for either once you just get into the groove and like we just start talking and stuff, then it's a lot easier. That's why starting out is so hard. Like you don't know what to say when you first start.
yeah.
hello.
But
Hello.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, these lights, man.
Yeah, the lights.
What
I
about
don't think I
Our
can be. I don't think I
intense.
could be a YouTuber because these lights they're bothering. I'm really hungover, so and the lights are just fucking
becomes
bright.
We forget about them.
You notice that they flicker?
That's
I
didn't want to say anything in the middle, but they usually don't do that.
Yeah. I don't know why it's doing that.
Yeah.
Hopefully that's not too noticeable in the video.
The camera, man.
And the difference is on a
all
podcast
good,
like this, we're having a conversation and a discussion, whereas when we do our videos, it's not.
We're basically trying to pull shit out of nowhere. It's hard as fuck.
We're not having a conversation with each other. We're trying to talk about something else, another subject. I don't know if that makes sense. Like we're.
Like with our roast your post, like we're reading like 1 or 2 sentences that someone wrote, and we're trying to
Make a joke
about it.
So are you guys like? You guys did have a channel before Talk Trash as well that was more skit based.
Yeah.
And then when you guys started out, Talk Trash, a lot of it was like challenges and shit like that. Are you guys just now sticking? Like, do you feel like the roast your post is like your guys' groove that you finally found, or?
Well, it's
a minor groove.
Honestly, it's hard to come up with ideas for videos because number one, people are doing so much shit. You don't want to like copy other people.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's hard to like come up with your own thing.
Exactly, and you always want it to be popular and successful, and you want it to latch on, but you never know what's going to latch on. What's going to latch on next? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Be popular, and so
I think that's like one of our main videos that we're gonna. It's sort of an easy concept.
Yeah.
Like we talk about how we constantly have tweets that we just screenshot and find and stuff, and so it's an easy video. If we can't think of another idea, we can just knock out one of those and then throw it up. So we at least have something to throw up.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's hard to come up. I want to incorporate more skits like into the roaster posts and other videos.
Yeah.
But it's also skits take a lot longer to edit and film and shit, and they're hard.
Yeah, I like the skit aspect of it.
Your guys' Halloween one though.
The Halloween one was perfect.
Yeah. And
So-
see, but that's like it takes forever. Like I said, it took forever to do that, and then it takes even longer to like compared to editing a roast your post. Editing a skit fucking takes so long
you
because
have to get every angle.
if you want it to turn out good, like, and you want everything to flow right, it's really fucking hard.
No, and your guys' shit, it is way harder.
whole new
We
world,
we fucking press record and we just
Yeah.
talk shit the whole time.
Yeah.
Just
We don't have to
bullshit.
worry about filming and editing and fucking lights.
Yeah. The only hardest part for us is we're trying to stay out of the major topics that every fucking podcast talks about. So
all it is fucking politics and shit like that.
Yeah.
Luckily, we're together all week, so we can bounce ideas off each other. But I can't imagine if we didn't work together and I gotta text you every fucking day. And what do you think about this? Nah. Okay.
I feel like there's a lot of I don't want to call them sellout topics, but it's just if we recorded an entire episode on Trump, that's just a gimme. Yeah. You know what I mean?
It's too easy.
It's way too it's too easy. So you definitely have to put a little bit more thought into it than just doing sellout topics.
Yeah.
So I understand that, but I just didn't know if you guys were sticking with the roast your post thing or if you guys were gonna have other side. You know what I mean? Categories.
We want to do other things. It's just, like I said, it's hard to come up with a decent idea that you can work off of. Because I like when we watch a video and commentate on it. I really like those types of videos, but it's hard to find a video that is good for satire.
Yeah, one that hasn't been already Djibouti dubbed and
done a million times.
It's
hard to do that. But like I said, the roaster posts are just easy. It's just something we can have consistently.
Keep posting consistently.
Yeah,
which is one of the most important things.
Because it's hard to keep people interested in your channel if you have gaps, which we have big gaps, but we're trying to get better at it.
I mean, we do the same shit too, and I'm starting to get to the point where I get upset if we miss a weekend, I'm upset about it the whole fucking week.
Oh yeah.
So just because I feel like it's become a routine that I have people message us and say, hey, where's the new episode? And I'm like, sorry, I was drunk all weekend and couldn't record. It's shitty. So the routine part is hard to keep up with as well and do for so long. But
that is, I think, the hardest part is consistency.
Consistencies, yeah.
Of posting on any platform, I think consistency is hard.
Yeah.
Because you have to have that continuous inspiration almost, which is tough.
Yeah, inspiration and motivation to do it. But anyway, I don't have we should have made signs to put over Chase's face. Comment, subscribe, or whatever the fuck you guys do. You'll add that in later? Yeah, so comment, subscribe, whatever.
But yeah, it was good having you guys on.
Yeah.
Yeah, check them out. They're the more visually appealing, funnier version of our podcast. Yeah. So
I would say so. I think we're equal. We all have about the same sense of humor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yours is just 8 inches
long. We're covering both.
So.
We're covering.
Sorry, I had to get one more jab in there.
Right.
I'm gonna make fun of you because you have a big wiener. So check him out. Talk trash. Funny as fuck. And then hopefully we'll have you guys on again.
Yeah.
I did get an email regarding our God Husband episode. And
who's this from?
Anthony.
Okay.
So we'll get to that, Anthony.
Yeah. We'll be there.
Yeah. We'll answer all your fucking questions. We just had to. This one was specific.
The big deal.
The big deal. So our next week's episode, when we release that, we'll cover your questions and shit. And if you got any more, if anybody has any more, people are still scared to
email.
Feel like we're gonna call them out, which we probably will.
Yeah.
But
for sure.
Let us know what you think.
Yeah.
If you got anything you want us to talk about. If you've showered with some rich guy in
Vegas
and you have any experience on the topic, let us know. I'd like to hear that story too. So anyway, that's.
If you guys are watching on our channel, make sure you go follow them on SoundCloud. Paul Said Ass.
Hopefully we can get this shit on YouTube.
Yeah, we're now that you guys are here, we can get our shit on YouTube as well. But we'll put a link to their page in our SoundCloud shit.
Yeah, and we'll put a link to theirs in our description as well.
Hell yeah.
Dope. Well, that's all I got. So fuck off and see you next time.